Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the latest edition of the Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar Podcast. I'm your host, Jacob Elyachar, the chief content producer and writer on jakestake.com, a pop culture entertainment news website. Before we get started, if you're listening to this on our audio platforms, please download this episode and more episodes, and please feel free to leave a 5-star review. I am very honored to have this guest join me today. She is a singer who shared the stage with Nancy Wilson of Heart and Prince. She also was on America's Got Talent season 19. As of today, as of this recording, her audition has 3.5 million YouTube subscribers. And she also is a star of Teatro ZinZanni in Chicago. Please help me welcome Liv Warfield to the podcast.
Oh, bless. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Liv, it is an honor to have you. You were one of my favorite acts of the season, so
Oh,
it's a
wow.
thrill to
Thank
have
you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. So let's get started. So when did you get interested in music, and how did that passion evolve and desire to pursue a career in a recording industry?
I believe, well, not believe, I know when I was younger, about 8 years old, I kind of had it in my system. Maybe my dad was playing music, but I was just always enamored by it. I always knew I could sing, but nobody else in my family knew I could. Nobody knew. Maybe my mom putting the violin in my hands and stuff like that. Maybe that's kind of where I picked it up, and training as a gymnast, listening to the radio, like really picking that up. So um, that love for wanting to sing didn't come till super, super, super late, until I got enough courage to let everybody know that I can actually, I can sing. I moved away from home, so nobody knew until I moved away. Yeah.
That's incredible. That's incredible. So who were some of the artists and musicians that inspired your sound?
Um, I first fell in love with Etta James when I was training in gymnastics, when we were training to the Rain Man soundtrack. I heard Etta James and my body just shivered. And that was my first love and first inspiration. Diana Ross, Whitney Houston, of course, um, Mary J. Blige, Tina Turner, uh, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix. Like, I'm kind of all over the place, but those are all the things that my ears were picking up, that like my heart was gravitating towards singing, all of it, just the frequency of it all.
That's amazing. You picked some phenomenal performers, and you've also had the opportunity to work with one of the greatest performers of all time. I'm talking
Yeah.
about the legendary music icon Prince. So, what
Yes.
were some of the biggest lessons that you learned from him that helped you grow as a musician and a
Mm.
performer?
I think the biggest lesson for me was just don't change who you are. Like, people will try to come in and nitpick and say, you need to do this, or you need to do that, or you need to, like, for what? You know, it makes you uniquely you, your own DNA, and so much sometimes in this industry that, people have discovered me one way, as singing, for me as an example, singing R&B, but I had to grow, you know what I mean? And there's a sound that people are used to hearing me. And then because I have grown, yeah, maybe I might tweak it and do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Your tribe will find you. Your tribe is always your tribe. So people how should I say, they should welcome growth. You don't always have to like it, but you should welcome it. And so that's the thing I've learned from him, is like, if they don't get you now, if it doesn't matter. If they don't get you later, it doesn't matter. It's your arts. It's you. It's stay authentically you. I always say that. It's true. It's simple, but it's true.
Absolutely. And you were one of my favorite acts of the season
Mhm.
of AGT.
Oh,
So why did you
wow.
decide? Yes, I actually earlier this year, after the auditions were done, I named my favorite acts to watch, and you were one of them.
Bless. Thank you. What an honor. Thank you.
You're
Thank
so
you so
well.
much.
You're so welcome. So why did you decide 2024 was the year that you would audition for America's Got Talent?
I don't know if it was like me deciding a year. I think it was all the timing. It was everything that landed in place that I was like, okay, yeah, 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 let me do it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of yeah, I wasn't really like trying to plan. I just wanted to go for it. Why not, you know?
Absolutely. And I got to say this. I loved your judges' auditions performance of your original song Stare. So why did you and the band decide to perform that for the Pasadena Civic Center Auditorium?
Oh wow. That was a hard it was so many songs. There was so many to choose from. That was a really hard decision for us to make because I was like, it's an original. Like, I don't think people are gonna resonate or like it or and then I talked to the band and they were like, let's just do it, Liv. Like, you're here now. We're here now. Like, just go for it. So we chose it. And it's a fun one to perform. You know, my guitar player wrote the song and it's just a fun song. It's so fun to do live. Yeah.
It was amazing. It was phenomenal. I got to say that. It was. So, what went through your mind when Simon Cowell, who the Got Talent creator of Everything Got Talent, decided he was not going to give you a no, but he gave you a golden buzzer? So, what went through your mind when he pressed that golden buzzer and confetti started to fall?
Um, wow. Um, a lot of things. I could not show a lot of emotion. I was shocked. Everything in my career, all the way up until now, just kind of really flashed before my eyes very quickly. I was like thinking, okay, you can't like show the whole world right now what's going on in your brain because I know I've been doing this stuff for a long time and from the ground up. So it was just so many emotions. I wanted to really break down on my knees and cry, cry a little bit just because maybe finally I felt like I was seen, you know, and excuse me, I felt like I was seen. So yeah, and then when he said it, because then he was like, well, I'm not going to give you a yes. And then I was like, well, guys, look, we came, we did it. It's okay. I'm sorry for dragging you through this. But it was all of those things that was going on in my mind. And then when he did it, I just was like, whoa, like it was a lot. Still is for me still. I'm still, even from that moment, still having a rush about it, you know.
I gotta say, one of the best golden buzzer moments of the season. We've had many, but however, you're near the top.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you.
I gotta say this. During the quarterfinals, you and your band brought the house down and the roof off the place when you performed
Mm,
Unexpected, the song Prince wrote for you. And
mm.
I've been watching America's Got Talent since I was a high school senior. And
Oh,
I've been
wow. Okay.
yeah. And when I started so that was back in when it started way back in season one of 2006.
Okay.
And I've been covering the show since 2012. So it was
Okay.
one of the best performances that I have ever seen covering the show.
Oh, wow.
It,
Wow.
and what did it mean to have the opportunity to perform the unexpected in front of America?
Wow. That song for me had so many meanings. It was something I couldn't run away from. I had several songs to choose from in my mind that I wanted to do, but that song I really couldn't run away from. I kept losing sleep about it. And yes, of course, it's a beautiful, amazing thing that Prince wrote the song. It was a beautiful way for me to honor him in a way for me personally. Um, because I know that he kind of gave me a little bit more, he kind of added to my wings when I got to start singing backgrounds with him. So it was more like an appreciation and thank you to all my mentors who have done nothing but lift me up and given me a chance to just do. So being able to perform that song for me I had so many emotions running through me. I wanted to show, and it's hard in 2 minutes. I have to say, it's hard in 2 minutes and 20 seconds to really emotionally show what that song really means. Um, but I had it and I was just like, oh, it's just so much angst. But it was wonderful. The song holds so much weight. And I had to perform it, whether because some people ask me, do you think it was the right song? Yes, regardless of what happens, you don't know what is right or wrong. It doesn't matter. But for me, it was right. For me, it was supposed to be, and that's the one thing about me is I, I have to follow this. I would be cheating myself in America if I wasn't always doing this and always having a frequency that does so.
Absolutely. And you did, I think you made Prince proud. I'm a Prince fan, so I think you definitely made him
Oh,
proud with that
good.
episode with that song. I gotta say that. I really hope if there's an AGT Champion Season 3, AGT Fantasy League 2, you're on the short list because we want to see you one more time.
Oh my God. Thank you. I hope so too. Thank you.
Alrighty, so we're gonna leave the Got Talent universe and talk about your latest happening. So you're back on stage performing with the cast of Teatro ZinZanni in
Yes.
Chicago. So can you describe the show to my audience?
Yeah, so Teatro ZinZanni is on the 14th floor of the Cambria Hotel. It is a circus tent. It is circus, comedy, dinner, amazing singing by so many incredible artists. I have Cuneo, who's an incredible vocalist. Like, his voice is insanity. We have an aerial straps artist, contortionist, comedian, dancers. It's nothing like you've ever seen. Sometimes it's hard to describe because it is its own universe. And literally, the circus tent is on the 14th floor of the Cambria Hotel in Chicago, downtown Chicago. So it is a must see show. It's fiery. It's so much energy. We have a lot of fun. The wait staff, like everybody is included in this show. So yeah, it's insanity. People want to see this show, and I encourage people to see it. I've been doing this show for maybe about 5 years. I get a chance to come in and out because the cast switches from time to time. So there's always amazing singers. There's always amazing circus acts. There's always amazing like trapeze artists. Like, it's beyond. It's really great. It's great.
Awesome. So we got to start winding down our conversation. So as we speak, AGT is preparing to hold their virtual auditions for, oh boy, season 20, the 20th anniversary season.
Yes.
So if you had the opportunity to speak with listeners who want to audition for the show, what advice would you share with them?
The advice I would give is it's going to be overwhelming at first because that's how I felt for myself. But everybody from that AGT staff and production team are amazing. Just stay true to who you are. Deliver your best performance always. Don't get in the way. Don't think about, try not to read all these crazy comments because it can get a little overwhelming sometimes. But just be in the nucleus of yourself and then give the world your energy. Just let the world see you in the most beautiful way. You know what I mean? Because you can change lives. That's what it did for me. So good luck.
And Liv, we are forever grateful that you came on to AGT.
Thank you.
So last question, are you ready?
Yes.
Where can my audience find you on social media? Number one. Number two,
Okay.
where can they find your music? And number three, most importantly, where can they find tickets to see you in Teatro ZinZanni?
Oh, okay. All my social media platforms is Liv, Liv Warfield, Warfield, all of them. So YouTube, Instagram, Thread, Twitter, whatever, X, whatever you call it, on down. You can find me there. My music, Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music. A lot of it is already on there. Most of it is on there. My music, you can find it there, or YouTube. I do a lot of live performances, so you can catch it there. And Teatro ZinZanni. So if you want to get tickets to see that show, go to teatrozinzannichicago.com. I believe that's the website, or go to teatrozinzanni.com. It will link you to the Chicago tent, because there are two tents, one in Seattle that they're building now, and then there's one in Chicago. So yeah, so get tickets, please. I encourage people to actually really go see the show. The show is really crazy, so it's really fun. And I'm only there till February, So come see me.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, guys, if you missed an episode of the Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar podcast, visit our podcast channels on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, and iHeart. Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar, JACOBELYACHAR. Are you on social media? Because I'm on social media too. Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, and YouTube. Jacob Elyachar, JACOBELYACHAR. So, guys, find out what my take were on Liv's performances and all of her castmates from season 19. Visit the blog to start it all, jakes-shake.com. Once again, jakes-shake.com. Liv, it was a privilege to talk with you, and thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
taking time in
much
your
for
schedule.
having me.
You're so welcome. And guys, thank you so much for listening. Until next time, have a great one, everybody. Goodbye.